What's going on to you Pisces out there? So look, you have the Emperor, the Two of Swords, and you have the Hermit. I am using the Dragon Tarot deck today. Um, so there's definitely a whole lot of wisdom. A lot of you Pisces right now are practicing very much so patience. You're waiting for any kind of opportunities that come to you, particularly not just with others, right? Dating and relationships, but also in your own life. Sometimes it's very good to sit back, relax, see what's coming into your life, because being overly active can actually be a bad thing. And the reason for that is because you could end up actually squandering opportunities because you're not paying attention to the opportunities that's coming into your life. Now, the Two of Swords and the Hermit represents how you can see this time as a very good time to really plan, think about your future for the next 5 to 10, maybe even longer years, on things that you legitimately want to do. And as a result of this, a lot of you Pisces will be glad that you did that. Also too, you have the Tower and the Magician. So it's a lot of Virgo energy showing up here. It's a lot of Mars energy in general showing up here, right? Aries, Scorpio, with Aries, Scorpio, and then you have Virgo pretty much showing up, right? So the Tower and the Magician is about how, and there's also a sense of, like I said before, you Pisces have been on a very spiritual journey within yourselves. And a lot of you have been seeing a lot of good life-changing things coming to you because you've let go of losers, you don't have them in your life. And there's definitely more of a sense of you being happy at the fact that you don't have these bums in your life. You're actually cutting them off. So because of the fact that you Pisces have less bums in your life, guess what that means? That means that there's more peace in your life because, on some King Von type stuff, you running from the law and having to beat cases and all this other type of nonsense, that's going to deplete the average person, But considering the fact that you Pisces don't have drama in your life, that means that there's room for you to essentially set up whatever you want to set up. See, our lives can only be set up for whatever it is that we want. Whenever it is that our life has a certain level of stability and clarity to it. So I'm saying all that to say that you Pisces are just thinking about where you just need to take the time right now to think about where your future is going to be. A lot of you have an opportunity where a lot of you are not necessarily doing anything per se. Y'all are just working a 9-to-5 job, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of you Pisces want something more. And what I'm trying to say to you is keep an open mind. Listen to your ideas, right? Pay attention to your own ideas and actually try your hand and see if it's really possible. Try something to see if it's possible. The Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands now is about how, and that will make you very focused on what it is that you need to do. Because when you set a goal, and you're serious about that goal and you actually take action, now momentum is built behind you because of the fact that you legitimately decided that you wanted to make something happen. So now you're out here actually being active to make your specific goal happen. When I set out to make myself enriched or whatever, or financially successful, that was something that I legitimately needed because so many people kept calling me broke when I was like a kid, like a youngster coming up in the game. And then not only that too, but I just saw the writing on the wall of how everything was getting. Even though, my mom worked so much of my life and stuff like this, I just saw a lot of, my mom just basically living like an average person. And that's cool, right? That's absolutely cool. There's nothing wrong with that per se. But then there is something wrong with it, considering the fact that me as a youngster, I want a lot of different things, but at the same time, I'm trying to be considerate to my mom to not over want. You feel what I'm saying? Not overdo it. So when I reached a certain age, especially when I popped off this YouTube channel, right? No pun intended. When I started this YouTube channel, right? And people started actually coming to me for readings and stuff like this. That's when it is that I knew that being financially successful for my, not just for me, but for my entire family was really possible, because people are willing to pay me money to have me help them. You know what I mean? At a time where, what people would tell me when I was younger, that my opinion don't mean squat. This is the type of stuff that Virgos, we get told a lot, that we don't matter, right? So the thing is that the Four of Wands now and the moon is about how, since that's the case, the Four of Wands is about like how you as a Pisces, a lot of y'all are establishing something that works for you, right? And if you want to establish a lifestyle that works for you, definitely get yourself a partner, right? I've talked about this a couple of times. Having a significant other, right, that where the two of you happen to be on the same page, is actually one of the fastest ways to build wealth, because it's a lot easier, especially if the two of you know what's going on and you know how to accumulate that. It's a lot easier, considering the fact that you Pisces have help. I'm not saying that you can't get financial wealth per se, or build a lifestyle, a wonderful lifestyle by yourself, because you most definitely can, right? A lot of times people do it, but at the same time, it'll make things that much easier if you had a significant other that's also helping you. Four hands would be better than just two. You understand what I'm saying? Two heads would be better than one. So, and if they're not necessarily willing to be on the same page, then it just means that you need to let them go. They're not Mr. or Mrs. Right for you, regardless of whatever you into, right? So the Page of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles now represent to also, as it is that you're walking away from said relationships that don't really bring too much value to you. One thing that you Pisces ultimately have to watch out for as well is the feeling of guilt, that because you Pisces understand the assignment and you want greater for yourselves, don't allow other people to guilt trip you into thinking that you Pisces have lost your mind, and that y'all are the ones that are terrible for wanting more than the position that you're in, and that you Pisces are going crazy because you're suffering from delusion of grandeur. That is them trying to use you, okay? That's them trying to run a mental game on you, right? You Pisces are definitely, listen to what it is I'm saying to y'all. Y'all are moving in the right direction. Y'all are moving in the correct direction, long term and short term, okay? Short term, it may not look like it, but long term, you'll see what it is that I'm talking about. 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now in 2029, 2030, if y'all still around and y'all still rocking with me on this YouTube channel, y'all are gonna understand. If y'all start today, y'all will understand what I'm talking about. Because the Page of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles represent, you're just going through a little bit of a phase right now where you Pisces have to solidify the quality of the people in your life and if they actually mean you well. So let's clarify the moon, which is Pisces, by the way. The Page of Cups, Lovers, the Emperor, the Justice. Wow, Three of Swords. A lot of Pisces energy here too. The Page of Cups is Pisces, right? And then you have the Lovers. So don't allow anyone to come back in that has really went above and beyond to use you and figure out ways to really betray your trust. If they are going to betray your trust, allow them to betray your trust, or to show you that they have betrayed your trust, but don't accept them back in your life. Leave them alone, because you have other things to do with your life. These are people who do not understand the assignment. So the Emperor and the Justice now is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you have to understand that you have to be very patient. One thing that when it comes to building wealth and building a lifestyle, right? Because everybody wants wealth, and I have no problem with that. But there's some things that has to be worked out first. One of the things that has to be worked out is the fact that you Pisces have to understand that, number one, not everybody is going to be wealthy as they want, because wealth begins in the mind. Wealth begins in your entire being. Here, your entire being. Because if a person does not understand how wealth is, if they don't know how to let things go and not hold on to anything so tightly, if they don't know how to do that, where they learn to let certain things go, they're not going to make it, because they don't understand anything about money, or about how money is generated and multiplied and created. So the justice now represents, the justice in the Three of Swords represents, you have to find someone that is legitimately willing to actually be with you and take you seriously, and honestly take themselves seriously, because they'll act like they really are about this type of lifestyle, and then when they get, 10 toes down with you, Pisces, come to find out, you'll see how scared they actually are. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, and you have the Page of Swords, and then you have the Four of Cups. So the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune is about how you being focused, you Pisces ultimately being focused, makes you very attractive, because focus will help you also figure out who's fake, who's not, and essentially eliminate them from your life, right? Stop talking to them. The Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords represents, and the Four of Cups represents how, and it'll also, having focus will also raise your self-esteem to where it's not false pride. It's real pride. It's real. It's actual established, no pun intended, but actually established, real, not inflated pride. And what I mean by that is confidence, the idea that you have purpose. And one of the things that people who like to play mind games do is they like to specifically get you off of your purpose. And the reason why they like to get you Pisces off of your purpose is because if they get you to look, right, made you look, that it means that you will slip up and you'll stop being on your purpose. And when you deviate your attention and you end up getting distracted with the person long enough, this is when the games start to take an effect on you, right? Remember what it is I said before, right? A lot of times people who like to play games with you, they like to triangulate, meaning that they like to become the center of your world. But now that you Pisces actually have a sense of focus, you know where it is that you're going, a lot of people are not going to like it. There's some people in your life right now that probably don't like the fact that you don't have enough time to talk, and you're doing your own thing and you're living your own life, and they don't like it because you are not putting them as the center of the attention. But for you Pisces, you don't care. You Pisces right now have so much going on, good things going on, because you're focused. And because of the fact that you have that focus, how do I say this? You know where your concentration is going, and your life is organizing itself. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get a personal reading from me.